What is up, Halo fans? I am here with the little extra long video that I said I was going to make. He's been weathered since the last video. As you can see, his armor now looks fucking awesome. So, yeah, that's just a watered down dark gray wash, and I don't just throw it on there. At first I will, but then I'll go back and I'll wipe off anything that looks unrealistic, and that always happens. I might actually wipe down the center of a piece of armor here so it's shinier in that area. You gotta go in there and adjust it if you want it to look better. You're welcome to, not me, you're welcome to just throw dirty water on there and think it looks great, but if you actually take your time and go back and fix some shit, it'll look even better. Now, I have sometimes, and sometimes I haven't, but I will on this. So I just want to show everything attaches by these little aluminum rods. So the way they go on is simple. There's holes that I drill and just put them in like that. Now, some things like the gun in the back, it has a different way to mount. I mean, not a different way, but like it has two. You got to line them up together. So does this gun. We don't want this swinging around on his hip. And it goes right there. There's two holes that you do on the other side there, and then his head was also finished, painted, and weathered. I may do his helmet a little more tomorrow, probably, or actually before I get up, I'll throw some more on this right there. So there's that. I weathered the guns. Now the gun, instead of being Fire Engine red or red versus blue red, is now this darker color. As you can see, I know sometimes I get comments from people they don't understand. I've been doing this a long time, so I know what's going to happen when I weather this. It's going to look more like the right color. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I always find myself telling people, which is no big deal. I really don't get mad. Some people don't know, They're like, oh, it's too red. I'm like, yeah, wait till the wash goes on it. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I shouldn't show it, but it's always nice to, I do have a Patreon where I'll go over stuff like that. I'll show stuff I don't show on here. But, hey, I when I started doing this, I didn't know that either. So, it is what it is. I don't have mind talking to people about what I'm doing, why I did something. I don't like anything around that. So, as far as these things go, these weapons, sometimes they're a pain. Like, I have to modify this file or it will break. As you can see, the real weapons don't have these big blocks on them, and their fins are probably like a little skinnier, but I have to do them like that. I'm gonna make up a number, but it's probably close to the truth. If I printed 20 or 30, say I printed 30 of these, I probably threw out 20. Just from those fins snapping and trying to get them to quit snapping and reinforcing them and reprinting them. This is my latest version. It seemed to make it through. All of them have. I got a couple more in my printer, bigger for bigger models. But then there's the sword, is what it looks like. And a lot of these swords I did reinforce. I had to reinforce this too, because if you look, the little rectangles by where the handles are, I went in and did those. You just had to. I had so many break, and can you imagine trying to ship that? No. And so that's all this stuff is included with this. It's $700 plus $125 shipping. Now that shipping, it's not just me making up a price. I normally pay more than that, so I pay to have this packed. And so these weapons will all be wrapped separately. I don't know. You know what? I'm not sure if I know he wraps them separately, and I think he puts them all in a box, and then the sword gets its own box. And then all of it gets put inside the box with this. So, I won't ship the gun with the chief holding the gun anymore, because the tip could break. They break easily in the box if they get hit the wrong way. Some of them are big. Like this right here may not have a problem, but it's still gonna be wrapped on its own. My brother painted this. I was like, hey, you want to paint that? So it looks pretty damn good. He paints awesome. So, and then here's another gun, so you can just see, this actually goes to a chief, an infinite chief. I did the Halo 3 AR for somebody, and then they decided they weren't sure what size they want now and all this stuff. So I still have it. I'm going to still sell it like this. It looks really cool. I went in Blender, which I don't know how to use, and I was able to make it look pretty damn close to real. It took a lot of hours to do it for me. I'm not a Blender user, but I got it done. I learned something new. Here is a, whoops, here is a gun. Just to show you like what I'm talking about. Like, so the tip of that gun, I've broken many, trust me. And so I've had to fucking print these over a couple times, and I love painting them, but when it's because something broke, I don't love it that much. And I don't always follow the exact paint scheme. I think that I do my own better job. Like I'll do, for example, this color is gonna be, I'll probably do green or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do yellow like it's supposed to. I do have like a purple, like this chief you can't do. Now that's a 5th scale, so it's like over 17 inches tall. But there's no color that goes on that gun. But there is. I'm gonna do it, but it'll be like a multiplayer painted. So my point is like I said, when I'm shipping, that's why I have all this stuff off and it doesn't ship on, because it could break, and we don't want that. So far, I haven't had anything broken. I did have somebody have on a Brute Believe statue, the leg came off, but it came off by the glue, it didn't break. And my shipper, he's proud of that. He records everything he does, and so he's always like, yeah, I always go in there and tell him something broke, but I'm just lying to him, He's like, what? So I like that fun. He's a cool dude. So, yeah, so then the stand is done. It does have, if anybody hasn't seen how it works, it basically works like, I think the Arbiter stands on it right here. You can see there's 2 magnets, and then on the bottom of the Arbiter's foot, there's magnets. I gotta paint that. I paint that last, pretty much, and then it just stands like that, and you can see how it works. And then, yeah, so that's how the stand works, just like that, with the magnets. So it's pretty good, secure. I don't like using pegs, so. But anyway, that's all I wanted to show. Hopefully you like this. And again, this statue is $700 with all this, and it's $125 for shipping. And again, I was going to explain how the shipping, I got to pay them the packet, which, like I said, all this goes in its own box. These all get wrapped up in their own box. The head will be glued on. I just wait to the end. And one thing I don't do is I clear it. The last thing I do is clear coat them. If I have something in stock and you like it and you want it, I won't, that's one of the things that I don't do. I do not clear coat, because guess what? What if you buy something and then I'm looking at it and I have to fix something? I'd rather not have the clear coat on it, because when I'm done with it, it just sits on a shelf and it's not going to get scratched or nothing like that. So I do that just in case I find something I got to touch up. It's just, I don't know, it's just a habit, So again, I hope you guys and girls or whoever, I don't know whoever is, but like this, maybe you want to pick one up for yourself. You can get one with the chief. You can get, I can make him a little bigger than this, but I usually stick to around 14 until I can afford to get a bigger printer. But yeah, so the making the chief bigger is easier. I can make him up to like 21 inches. The Arbiter, nope, he's basically 15 and a half inches, and that's probably not going to print very well. His upper body is just too wide. It just doesn't fit. Trust me, I tried. And when you print these, you want to try to position them in a fairly good spot, so you don't get a lot of supports, as little as possible as far as attached supports. And so I just don't lay them down. I'm not gonna. That's a lot of sanding. So like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I'm pretty good at making them. I think I know what I'm talking about. Try to pass that knowledge on to you. So again, $700 plus $125 shipping in the lower 48 states. And don't forget to like, follow, share. And if you feel generous, you want to donate through my Venmo link on my TikTok or Cash App. I don't have a link there, but you can ask for it. I would appreciate it. I'll just use it to buy some paints and some other supplies. That's all I would use it for. So, peace and happy holidays, and I hope you like it.